is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are San Diego.
The Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, not far from AT&T Park, the site of the series finale between the Padres and Giants, next on Fox Sports San Diego. The Giants have taken the first 2 games of the series and the first 8 of the season series. Last night, Brandon Crawford cleared the bases as the Giants were able to take the second game of the 3-game series. They're now 8-0 against the Padres. The pitching matchup today, a very good one. James Shields comes in at 2-6 on the year. His ERA has been very good at 3.07, matched up against the former Padres Cy Young Award winner Jake Peavy, who's had a tough year at 1-5, an ERA up over 8. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo along with Mark Grant. Welcome to Padres baseball. Padres trying to salvage the last game of the series, and today it'll be James Shields on the mound trying to get back to his winning ways.
Yeah, hopefully the Padres win this one. A couple things, twofold. One, Jake Peavy, who's struggling, and James Shields, who's throwing the ball extremely well. And here's the proof. The proof is in the pudding and in the numbers, because the last 2 times for James Shields against these Giants, 13 2/3 innings pitched. He's only surrendered 1 home run. That ERA under 2 at 1.98. Why? The 5 walks, but only 1 has scored. And in 2 innings of that span, Don, only 2 hits. So stressful innings for James Shields. But the one thing I've noticed, Don, when he is in a stressful inning, he reaches back, he makes a good pitch, he locates the cutter, and he'll also throw that changeup, get a strikeout when needed. So hopefully that carries over today.
He has been very good and certainly looking for some timely hits. The Giants have had some timely hits.
Clutch. And it seems like every time we come to AT&T Park and play these Giants, they some way, shape, or form find a big hit in that lineup. Now this season, game-winning RBIs. This is Major League Baseball. The Giants, 29 right behind the Chicago Cubs. Why? Well, with runners in scoring position, they're at 254. And I think in pressing situations, they put the pressure on the opposing pitcher. And let's face it, these Giants, the majority of them have won 3 world championships, a lot of them 2. They've been in pressure situations. They know how to handle it, and it's coming through.
Huge game today for the Padres. They try to win their first against the Giants this year. And the finale of this 3-game series. Trying to be the stopper will be James Shields. Julie Alexandria will join us when we come back to San Francisco.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Bay Area, AT&T Park. A beautiful day for some day baseball as Padres and Giants get underway here in just a moment. Well, James Shields, in just 9 starts on the season, has received just 13 runs of support. But by all accounts, Andy Green says he's a competitor and should not be a factor for him. This is what he had to say before the game.
He's a competitor. He wants to win, so he's frustrated when runs aren't scored, but he's a competitor, and he knows his teammates are grinding, and he's out there giving everything, and he's mostly focused on what he can do at that point in time. And I think he's pitched very, very well. I don't think it's phased him at all. I think his personal results on the mound have been very good. Our collective results are going to get better with him on the mound, especially if he continues to do what he has done.
And coming up, don't miss the guys in the studio, Mike Pomerantz and Mark Sweeney will be talking PV powerless? Could be. Join us in just a moment for the last game of the Giants series coming up.
The Padres and Giants ready to go.
Swing and a miss, strike 3.
He's harder, and hardest.
And he gets him swinging.
That's a dandy.
Another great ball game.
The Giants and the Padres get ready to wrap up this 3-game series, and the Padres finishing off the first leg of their 3-city tour. As the Giants get ready to take the field here, it is time now for our Saquon Pick the Stick. Fans, you can decide who you're with by tweeting out #I'mWith and the last name of the broadcaster you think has the best pick. If you're right, you could win a free foursome of golf at the Saquon Golf Resorts. I'm going with Upton Jr. today. You got Solarte, Mark Grant, Mike Pomerantz with Kemp, Mark Sweeney with Jay, and Julie Alexandria with Norris today. And I don't know if you noticed, but I'm up to 55 points right now. And by you. Sorry about it.
That's great.
Yeah.
So good for you. Hey, it's a long season and it's a tight race. You know what? I've seen in Pick the Stick years past where one of us has had like a great week and a half, and I'm talking like 30 to 40 points. So
yeah,
just hold on.
So just enjoy my time.
Yeah.
Well, let's check out the Padres starting 9 today. It's brought to you by Toyota. For Andy Green, it'll be John Jay leading it off in center field. Yangervis Solarte's at third base with Matt Kemp in right. Melvin Upton Jr. in left in the cleanup spot with Brett Wallace back at first base again. Another day off for Will Myers. That forearm's still a problem for him, so Andy Green wants to get him 3 days in a row. Of course, tomorrow the scheduled off day. Derek Norris does the catching. It is Alexei Ramirez at shortstop with Alexi Amarista at second base, and James Shields on the mound, bats ninth for the Padres.
Yeah, look who's on the mound for the Giants. He wore a Padre uniform for many years, number 22, Jake Peavy. His scouting report is brought to you by Tough Shed. Hey, location is key. Jake doesn't throw the 96, 97 like he once was, so he's pretty much kind of reinventing himself, has to hit his spots, and you know what? He wants to expand the zone. He wants to make you chase that slider off the plate. The numbers have not been good lately for the right-hander.
Well, here is John Jay to get it started today for the Padres, trying to get out to an early lead. And try to get to Peavy early today. Saw the tough numbers for Peavy, his 10th start, and the first pitch of the ball game is in there for strike one, and we're underway. And John Jay checking in, hitting at .267 with 2 homers and 15 runs batted in. And on the grass at third is Matt Duffy as a foul tip at the dish makes it 0-2. Well, Jake Peavy, a winner over the course of his career, a couple of world championships.
You get the feeling as a teammate with Jake Peavy out there, you're going to have the chance to win because of his competitiveness. As I mentioned, he doesn't throw as hard as he used to. That slider doesn't bite like it once did.
You hear him grunting from time to time out there on the mound. Great competitors, you mentioned. Cy Young Award winner in a Padres uniform back in 2007. Won a Gold Glove as well. And made his Major League debut back in 2002. One foul back off to the left and out of play.
This being Jake's 10th start, and it's quite interesting. It kind of gives you an idea what kind of year the right-hander has had. In his 9 starts prior to today, only 1 outing he's given up fewer hits than innings pitched.
On the ground right side, Joe Panik slides to his left and throws out John Jay. Let's take a look at the defense in behind Jake Peavy from left to right across the outfield for the Giants. Kelby Tomlinson in left, Gregor Blanco in center. It is Jared Parker in right. Matt Duffy at third, Brandon Crawford at shortstop, but Joe Panik at second. Brandon Belt at first base, and Trevor Brown does the catching today for Jake Peavy. One down for Yangervis Solarte. Mentioned that Peavy, a 2-time world champion. 2013 Red Sox, 2014 Giants. Back-to-back years for Jake Peavy in 2 different venues.
And after one of those championships, he bought a duck boat, and after the other one, he bought a trolley car.
How about that? Why not? He showed me the other day as the 0-1 pitch a miss when the Giants were at Petco Park. He showed me on his phone what he has done with the duck boat. He has had it art done on the side of it, many different parts with the trophy on there, some of his teammates on there.
Very cool.
He's done all kinds of great things with it. This one is softly lined foul. This is a guy that fishes and is an outdoorsman as well. And now you think about the duck boat. The duck boat is both, for those of you who don't know, both on road and in the water.
Amphibious.
Amphibious. That's right. And, you know, so it's great. So he can go fishing in his duck boat. And now he's got the cable car. I'm not sure where he takes that exactly.
That's where we taped our open the other day.
1-2 pitch. And that one he kind of yanked inside.
All the little things that we don't see every day. When we walked out there to shoot that yesterday, from that view out there, it's absolutely gorgeous.
Both directions.
Yes.
Out to the water and into the ballpark. And it's pretty tight out there. Not a lot of room on that particular concourse. This one fouled off down by the bullpen. And a broken bat for Solarte. He'll go get a new one. It really is a kind of a short area above the landing out there and right in front of McCovey Cove. I mean, it's just enough for an aisle really to get out there. And then a pretty small concourse beyond that. So it's kind of tight, but a great view looking back in. So one out here, and Solarte battling. This has been one of the issues for Jake Peavy, kind of putting guys away.
Yeah.
Now that he doesn't have that good fastball.
He's got to try to trick him, right?
Exactly. And this is in the air. Struck well to deep right field. Back goes Parker. He'll look up, and the ball's off the wall. Played by Parker quickly. He'll get it back in, but not before Solarte stands at second base with a one-out double.
Well, just like you said, Don, 2 strikes. He works the count. He gets a high pitch, and all of a sudden, he's going to the brickyard. High fastball, get on top of it just enough. Now the wind right now is just an easy breeze out towards center field. He gets up on it. And then when you talk about Parker out there in right field, hey, it's a tough right field. So many nooks and crannies out there. You don't know which way it's going to bounce.
Yeah,
you got to play the carom.
Yep. I mean, I know it is his home ballpark, but the ricochet, we can go in any different direction.
Absolutely. That's one thing you really can't go out there and try to study and just know which way it's going to bounce.
And Matt Kemp takes the strike. And the brick, when it comes off, boy, it can come off in any different kind of direction and just take off. We've seen the ricochets. As you mentioned, a lot of nooks and crannies out there as well. You got
it's like a Thomas English muffin right there. A lot of nooks and crannies.
This is to short. Nice pick on a half hop by Crawford. The throw is good, and Matt Kemp's retired. 2 down here in the first inning. Well, it's time now to take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealer.
Hey, bust out the shillelaghs. Solarte's already paid some dividends with that double. Let's bring him back home and get on the board early, and a clean and sound game. Defense, running the bases, all that good stuff. Hey, you know what? The one thing about Matt Kemp the other day, sure, he was thrown out at second, he was thrown out third, but they had to make perfect throws in order to get him out. He hustled both times. He was busting his tail around third base when he got thrown out third, but still, you know, if you can avoid running into outs, a clean, sound game today for the Padres.
It'll be good to get a run in here in the first inning. Yangervis Solarte's at second base with 2 down. Melvin Upton Jr. ahead in the count 1-0. I did not know how to spell shillelagh, but that would not have been my guess when I saw it go up there. I just didn't know that's how it was spelled.
S-H-I-L-L-E-L-A-G-H. Sorry about it.
2-0 pitch. Sharply hit to the left side. A base hit for Upton. Solarte will be waved around. Here's the throw from Tomlinson. Going to be close. And he will be out at the plate. Solarte gunned down by Kelby Tomlinson in left field. Padres trying to get a run in with 2 outs. Can't get it done. Solarte thrown out at the plate. And the Giants will be coming up. Padres can't score. On a nice day in San Francisco. Well, let's check out the Giants starting lineup today, and it's brought to you by Hyundai. Hitting it off will be Gregor Blanco in center field, Joe Panik at second base, Matt Duffy at third base, Brandon Bell at first in the cleanup spot today as Buster Posey has the beginning of the game off. It is Brandon Crawford at shortstop, Jared Parker in right field, Kelby Tomlinson, who just made that throw from left in his second ever start out there in left field. It is Trevor Brown doing the catching, batting eighth, and Jake Peavy out of the 9 spot is the pitcher.
Last 2 times out for James Shields on the hill against these Giants been some kind of nice, and the last 2 times out. How about the scouting report? Last 2 starts good, and B, the stopper.
And on the grass at third is Solarte as Blanco stands in and takes a strike over the outside corner. Gregor Blanco getting the start in center field. Denard Span getting the beginning of the game off. A .235 average for Blanco, no homers, and 7 runs batted in. Well, the tough record for Shields, the good earned run average, and he just has not had any run support, and really the record not indicative of the way that he has pitched this year. It'll bounce in, and Shields a little upset with his delivery. Only behind 2-1. Field about straight away here on Blanco.
Hey, it's kind of odd not to see a shift.
It is, isn't it? You're so used to it now, shifting on everybody one way or the other.
I mean, they're pulled a little bit to the right side, and the outfield going the opposite way, but nothing drastic like we've seen many, many times. Hunter Pence on the left, Madison Bumgarner on the right there, talking some ball.
Wait until we get to Matt Duffy, who bats third in the inning. There'll be some shifting then. In there for strike 3. Good pitch, froze Blanco, and a good start for Shields. Now the defense behind Shields, brought to you by your San Diego County Ford dealers. Melvin Upton Jr. in left with John Jay in center, Matt Kemp around in right. Third to first, it is Yangervis Solarte, Alexei Ramirez, Alexi Amarista, Brett Wallace, and Derek Norris doing the catching for James Shields. One down here in the last of the first, and Joe Panik the batter. A slightly open stance from the left side for Panik.
Okay, you've had an inning to think about it.
Yep. I still don't know how to spell Shillelagh. I wouldn't even
spell Shillelagh. You had 1 inning to think about it.
Yeah. This is softly lined to left and sinking, but Upton able to make the catch basket style right up off the shoe tops for the second out of the inning. Okay, my guess would have been Shallale. Shillelagh.
Nope. Should I have you spell
close? This looks, and I know that it's different, but this looks like Shalala.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like to me.
Would Chimichanga be easier?
Might be.
I'll give you an inning to figure that one out.
2 down here in the first.
Hey, look, they're not shifting as drastically.
No, it's not as dramatic, is it? John Jay into right center somewhat, but not into right where he has been.
You know, from our vantage point down in that advertising out there on the center field wall, he was more over towards the 421 sign.
Yes.
Now he's more over towards the splitting the 399 marker and the 421 marker.
I wonder why the difference, because last night there was a ball for the first time that went right up the middle towards the 399 marker. Maybe that has changed the opinion.
Or they're going to pitch Duffy a different way.
Could be.
Different style of pitching from James Shields with the changeup and the cut fastball and the curveball.
Duffy, the third baseman for the Giants, batting with 2 outs, bases empty. How did Shillelagh start for you?
You know, it's just an old term rather than, you know, a guy swinging a bat. I don't know who used it, but I had heard it somewhere from a teammate. Hey, swinging the old Shillelagh. Hey, swing that Shillelagh, because it's an Irish war club. You know, it's a club, and the baseball bat is somewhat of a club in itself.
On the outside corner, good start for Shields today. A couple of Ks in the first inning. Giants down in order, done with 1 without a score. back in San Francisco at AT&T Park, and it's time now for Fan Diego Fan of the Game. Taking in a Padres-Giants game here at AT&T Park.
I love that jersey. Always been a big fan. That's the 1984 BP jersey.
For the second inning, Brett Wallace, Derek Norris, and Alexei Ramirez to bat. Jake Peavy wearing a number of Padres unis over the years, as this one falling fast into right center field, a base hit. Jared Parker cuts it off, but a leadoff single for Brett Wallace, and the third hit of the day for the Padres.
Well, one big key, obviously, would be getting to the Giants bullpen early, but multiple base runners for these Padres, and then come up with a big hit. Now, the wind still, I mean, it's blowing out there towards center field, left center field, right center field, rather.
So Wallace at first base. Brandon Belt holds him on, sort of. Is now playing in front of him. As Derek Norris stands in on the right side. And Norris will take a strike over the outside corner. Jake Peavy over the last 6 seasons. White Sox mixed in with the Red Sox before coming here to San Francisco. Remember, he spent his first 8 years of his career with the Padres. He's lost 4 of his last 5 starts on the hill. Working from the stretch. There's a ground ball to first base. Belt will try to start it. The second for one, back to first. That's 2. Double play. 3 to 6 to 3. And there are 2 down here in the second inning. We talked about his Cy Young Award winning year in 2007 with the Padres, just flat out dominant that year.
He was so fun to watch. When Big Jake took the hill on those days to start, it was win day, and everybody knew it. Everybody had it in the back of their mind, hey, if we get 2 runs, we should be good to go. Opponent's only hitting .208 that year off of Jake.
2 down for Alexei Ramirez, who takes the strike. 88 miles an hour. It's where he's been, 88, 89.
Yep.
It's a different Jake Peavy these days. On the ground by the mound towards Crawford. He retires Alexei Ramirez and the Padres. Inning and a half done without a score from San Fran.
no scores. We head to the bottom of the second. Well, today marks the second day that Wil Myers has been out of the lineup. He's been battling that forearm tightness. That was something that flared up back and during the Milwaukee series. And he said he's been playing through it. But Andy Green thinking long-term here, the best way to avoid any sort of DL stint at all is to give him 3 days rest in a row. The training staff also agreed. And we've got the off day tomorrow, so he thought he would let him sit, get some rest, and by all accounts is very sure that he should be starting back in the lineup on Friday.
A guy who plays every day generally, Julie, had to figure there was something a little bit more than just getting an extra day here. So this is driven to deep right field, but it's going to hook foul.
Strike one.
Loud strike, ends up in the McCovey Cove.
Hey, the shift is on. Brandon Belt. We got the rover out in shallow right field. And I got a little interesting nugget for you. Don Tangelo.
Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2.
Announcer boy.
What do you got?
MLB batting average on plate appearances in with which a shift is employed, 248. You know what it is without a shift?
No.
251.
So what you're saying is there's
How do you
no
like
difference.
them apples?
There's virtually no difference from shifting to not shifting.
I had my
your people
stats guy, my peeps, get on that one.
So what, I mean, I know what I take away from that. I mean, what do you take away from that?
I take away that's overrated.
Yeah.
Once again, the MLB batting average is 248 on plate appearances in which a shift is employed and 251 without one. For the 2016 season.
Well, I think it's important because everybody is shifting on everybody now. You know, more so than I can even remember last year.
Do you think, and would it be fair to say that because of the bunting occasionally, that keeps the average kind of even?
Maybe. That or
purposely guys going against their grain as far as certain weight to hit, maybe trying to inside out and getting a hit every now and then to even it out.
There's strike three. Shields has got it going on. He struck out 3 of the first 4 batters that he's faced today. 1 away. And for James Shields, looking back towards his other 2 venues in his major league career, Tampa Bay and Kansas City, before his arrival here in San Diego. 16-game winner with the Rays back in 2011. Part of that organization really turning around under the tutelage of Joe Madden. Under the World Series in 2008, lost to the Philadelphia Phillies, but still for the first time in that organization's history really enjoyed some success. He was there for those years in Tampa. Retired the first 4 that he has faced on the day, and now Brandon Crawford had a big hit last night.
Regarding the shift, but for some reason I'm a fan of it if I were a pitcher, because I think it gets in the hitters' heads, even though the numbers kind of even out.
But let me ask you this: as a pitcher, do you want it to dictate what you do?
No, I'm gonna. They're defending to my strength as a pitcher if I can hit my spots, if that makes sense.
So it's not the other way around. They're not just shifting and then you have to pitch a certain way to get them to go into the shift.
No, I think
they're not forcing your hand, is what I'm saying.
No, I don't think
your
so.
Your manager decides he's going to shift, and now all of a sudden you're thinking, oh, I got to pitch this way.
No,
because I want him to go that
I
way.
think they're going on your strength as a pitcher. What you can do, I don't know.
I think he's doing it because he wants to do it. He's looked at the numbers.
I think the manager looks at the pitcher, what his repertoire is, what he can do, what he can command. Then the weakness of the hitter. If the pitcher can hit that weakness of the hitter, the ball's put in play, hit that spot, and that's why the shifts. They should have had a guy playing right there. Behind second base. Does that make sense, or am I confusing this situation?
No, it makes sense to me. I just didn't know that's how it works. I really felt, as that's a base hit and the first base runner of the day for the Giants, is that if you look at Andy Green, for instance, he's looking at exactly what a guy does 80% of the time.
Offensively.
Offensively. I'm not talking about the pitcher at all. I'm talking about what this hitter does. Like a Brandon Belt, for instance. We're going to shift on Brandon Belt. We're going to put a guy here, a guy there, a guy there.
Okay.
Now, The pitcher now has to pitch a certain way in order for it to go into the shift.
Yes, I agree with you there.
So it's really dictating what you do is my point.
But
not
yeah, okay.
you dictating
I see
what
what you're saying. I think it's easier for a pitcher to adapt than a hitter to adapt.
Okay.
Does that sum it up?
No, it does.
Gotcha.
It does. I was just confused.
And I apologize if I confused you.
Solarte with a nifty play again. How good has he been? Nobody's covering third. The shift. And Crawford will get there. He looked up, saw nobody there, so just kept on going. When he reached second, the pitcher's job to get over there, and Shields couldn't get over there in time.
I totally agree with you. Nobody's over there on that side, and I think James Shields is realizing that. As you take a look at him out there behind the mound, he kind of took that baseball and kind of hit himself in the chest. Heavy to the right side. Hey, nice play by Jan Harvis, and then look at Crawford. Doesn't even skip, doesn't even break stride. Secondary lead off, covering second base. Hey, nobody at third. And I think James realized that after the fact as Crawford slides in safely.
So Crawford 90 feet away with 2 down, and Kebley Tomlinson with a flare that's going to get out of the reach of Amarista. In comes Crawford, and the Giants strike first on top 1-0. Just out of the reach of Amarista. A little bloop out there to shallow right center, and the Giants lead it 1-0.
Mike Krukow, the color analyst for the Giants on TV, came in our booth before the game and he said, you know what? You guys are snake bit. How many balls were hit hard last night by the Padres right at some of the Giant hitters? Well, this one right here, good pitch, bad hack off the end of the bat, just out of the reach of Amarista. Hey, it's going to happen, no doubt about it, but just putting the ball in play, taking your chances there, and the Giants come out smelling like a rose.
2 down, Tomlinson at first, and Trevor Brown now the batter. Right-handed hitting catcher for the Giants. So that's a base running decision by Brandon Crawford to take third base with nobody there covering. Moves large there, and a little flare to right field for a single, turns into an RBI, and the game's first run here for the Giants. Trevor Brown, a .250 hitter, has got some pop, 4 home runs so far in the year. Mr. Posey doing the bulk of the catching here for the Giants as go over to first base, and back to the bag is Tomlinson. Shields almost threw it away, but Wallace with a nice play kind of reached around the runner. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2. Short lead at first base for Tomlinson. Held on by Wallace. And Shields a check on him. The Giants coming in winning 4 straight and 12 of their last 13 games. And for their 3rd sweep of the Padres this year. Another starts and stops on a pitch that's in the dirt. And blocked by Norris. No advance at first base by Tomlinson.
Did you see him spin his wheels a little bit over there at first?
Yeah.
It's a wet track. It's a day game. You can see the shades. It's not going to hold the moisture like it does at night on the infield. You can see some dry spots now starting to appear. But when Tomlinson kind of faked there, he was spinning his wheels a little bit.
It does look wetter over there at first base than it does in some of the other areas in the infield. As you talked about, they like to have that infield that way here in San Francisco.
He might be gone.
In the dirt outside.
And the reason why I say that is because 1-2 chance for an off-speed pitch, maybe a curveball or a changeup, and it just takes that little bit extra on an off-speed pitch that can be the advantage to the runner.
Often see that guy at first base trying to peek in to see if he can get the catcher's signs too. Trying to close his legs there a little bit, Norris, so he can't see at first base. Throw over and almost threw that one away. Run in here for the Giants in the second inning. Runner at first, and a ground ball trickled towards third. Solarte will boot it. And reaching at first base is Browning. Knew he had to hurry. Wasn't hit hard, but can't come up with it. And Brown will reach at first. Tomlinson takes second base. Error charge to Solarte at third base.
Well, the thing that you have to be concerned about with 2 outs is that how many more pitches will James Shields have to throw to get out of this? The pitcher, Jake Peavy, is coming up, but hey, don't shut your toolbox. Jake Peavy, good athlete. He can swing it a little bit.
Yeah, 3 hits on the year so far, 3 for 12, and he tried to hold up, but goes around. .69 average, 3 home runs in his career, 33 RBIs.
It kind of takes the winds out of your sails because that's a ground ball that's got to be caught, the play that's got to be made. He should be in the dugout right now, and the pitcher has to go out there and kind of extend himself a little bit. Hopefully get out of this inning with nothing runs across. No runs across.
Swing and a miss. Challenge him there with a fastball, and it's 1-2. Tomlinson at second, Brown at first, 2 out, a run in. And Peavy hits it on the ground, just foul outside of third. Would have been trouble right down the line, but a foul ball as it turns out. Down towards the Giants bullpen. Of course, the bullpens are exposed here. And in foul ground, no bullpens per se, just the mounds in foul ground. 1-2 pitch. And Peavy will take it. That's elevated. Tenth start of the year for James Shields. And Peavy strikes out looking to end the inning. 4th strikeout for Shields. The Giants get a run. We play 2. 1-0 San Francisco. All right, Mike and Steve, thank you very much. We move here into the third inning. Giants have a 1-0 lead. And a pitch over the inside corner for a strike to Alexi Amarista. I think the bat flips are getting a little out of control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. Absolutely. I think Steve Finley makes a great point. I think of guys like Matt Williams, who I really admire as a teammate of mine. He would just hit the ball, drop the bat, and run. He's the one guy that sticks out for me. How about you? Anybody that stick out that's kind of just a hit, drop, and run guy? See, it's hard to think, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I'm just thinking of the guys I've been around the last bunch of years. Nomar Garciaparra.
He was one of those guys.
Yes, he was.
Hey, Adam Rosales. And he's gone deep a couple times.
Yep. 0-2. On the ground by the mound, grass cutter, but panic on the back end. We'll get it there in time to get Amarista.
Well, the Giants have played some good defense. Good throws. Matt Kemp got thrown out at second base there. Hustling on both plays. Matt Kemp thrown out at second and at third. They had to take a perfect throw. They got him. And then today, Tomlinson with the throw. Solarte being sent. Just coming off the strained hamstring.
I don't have a problem with Glenn Hoffman sending him there, though, with 2 outs in the inning and the Padres having trouble scoring runs. I think you got to try to get him in
I
there.
like the way you're thinking there. Absolutely. Hey, you know what? Accuracy comes into play too, right? It's not just charging the ball, catching the ball cleanly. You got to throw it, and you got to throw it accurately. And on those plays, Matt Kemp was hustling on that, trying to double, trying to get into a triple, and then they were perfect throws. I mean, it had to be right there, and they were bang bang.
Shields fouls it off outside of first. Surveying the shillelagh, see if he fractured it or not. Trying to use it correctly in a sentence and see how it works for me.
You succeeded.
Yeah.
As far as you know.
Swing and a miss. Breaking ball away. Shields strikes out. That's first strikeout of the day for Jake Peavy. And there are 2 down here in the third inning. Back up top for John Jay. Second time through now for Jake Peavy. Jake grounded out to second base in the first inning. 6 ground ball outs for Jake Peavy.
He's got the fastball working down in the zone with a little bit of movement. Just goes to show you, throwing 88, 89.
He has educated cheese, as my good friend Dennis Eckersley would say.
Oh, I like that.
Educated cheese.
Eck is always good for a catchphrase or a
line to center field and a ringing single for John Jay. 4th hit of the day for the Padres and a base runner here with 2 down in the third inning.
Nice job by John Jay taking up the center of the diamond. And you know, when a pitcher is not overpowering, you really have to stay back, I think, a little extra. Let that ball travel. You start leaning, that's when you start to jam yourself. You top the ball, work underneath it. But he was picture perfect on that last one.
Yeah, Yangervis Solarte, a double in the first inning. He was gunned down at the plate on that play by Kelly Tomlinson, trying from left field to get him.
My former pitching coach, the late great Pat Dobson, was teammates with Dennis Eckersley in Cleveland, and he spoke very highly of him. And Dauber told me that Eck coined the phrase, "It's a walk-off."
That's true. That is absolutely
true.
So
that is Dennis Eckersley.
Yep.
He also said that he called martinis loudmouth soup.
You know, I have not heard
That's
that
a good one, isn't
I
it?
thought I heard all of the Eckisms, as he calls them.
Loudmouth soup.
He actually has an app, or he did, that explains all of his Eckisms. At one point, that you could get the app, the Eck app.
That's funny.
And I know most of them. He used to come in. In fact, he made the trip here last year to Oakland with me when we were playing the Oakland A's, and they now have, of course, you know, they run like the sausages they do in Milwaukee. They have Raleigh Fingers, they get Ricky Henderson, they have Dennis Eckersley. And Eck lost one of the nights he was there, very upset about it. And first of all, he doesn't like the way it looks because he said his horn.
They got the mullet?
His horn looks bad. It's a bad horn. It's not his horn. And I'm like, you're what? Your horn? It's his beak. Yeah. So he thinks that the Oakland A's put together a bad beak.
I love that.
Yeah, it's not his beak.
Oh,
but the
so
moss is
funny.
right. He likes the flowing moss. He has his own language. Hall of Famer Dennis Eckersley, and of course MVP and Cy Young Award winner.
Yes. Guy hits a home run. He took him to the bridge.
Yes, bridge. Everybody's looking to launch. There are a lot. Jay at first, Solarte. We'll have to wait as they check again.
Not a bad move by Jake Peavy there. Very quick with the feet. Snap throw over to first. And as a young pitcher, if you're out there, that's something you practice each and every day. Your footwork and throwing accurately to first base.
Under foul over by the Padres dugout. Swing and a miss. Got away briefly from Brown, so he applies the tag. And strikeout number 2 for Peavy. It's a 1-0 Giants lead.
James Shields and his ability to put hitters away and go out of the zone, expand that strike zone, if you will, with his off-speed stuff. There's Matt Duffy going down on the changeup. Buster Posey, swings and misses on that pitch away. Can't get to it. Denard Span, look at where the glove is. The green target hits it nicely with the backdoor cutter. James Shields, the last 2 times out against the Giants, has been muy bueno.
Gregor Blanco, top of the order for the Giants, to lead it off here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And a liner out towards right center field. That's going to get down. Cut off by Kemp on a hop. And a leadoff single for Blanco to begin things here in the last of the 3rd inning. The 3rd Giants hit of the day off Shields starts this 3rd.
Swinging early. James Shields will check with the shortstop Ramirez and second baseman Amarista. Hey, who do I have on the comeback here? Who's going to be covering on second base on the comebacker? Just so the pitcher can get an idea, you know, what who's going to be covering rather than be surprised.
Joe Panik will take a strike over the outside corner. For the first, almost threw it away again.
Good throw, might have had him. That throw was up on the outfield side of first base. Watch where this throw is. Look how quick he is. Now, if that's down by the bag, it might be a different story. Left hand yellow, right foot green. Little game of Twister going on over there. Love the Twister. Great game.
And again, this time it hits the runner on the throw, and hurting is Blanco. Should have trouble throwing to first base 4 times, almost gotten away, and this one hits the runner.
Get him in the back of the neck.
Look at the ricochet off the back, maybe. I don't know.
Huh.
In the dirt, blocked by Norris. Blanco, the lead at first base, not terribly large, held on by Wallace. And a 1-1 pitch coming to Joe Panik. That'll miss as Shields falls behind here. 2-1. Shields coming in with a 2-6 record, a 3.07 earned run average. Just 13 runs of support in his 9 starts this season. There have been 3 outings where he's received 0 runs of support. On the ground right side, Amaristo will go to second for 1, on to first for 2. Nicely done. 4-6 to 3. The double play turned by the Padres. And there are 2 outs here in the 3rd inning. This is that leadoff base hit for the Giants.
Perfectly executed. Room service. As the late Joe Graziola would always say, growing up as a kid, listening to Joe on the Game of the Week. A room service double play. Love that.
Of course, the passing of Joe fairly recently, and so used to seeing him anytime we'd go to Arizona.
Loved seeing Joe. I mean, you know, there are many people who are voices of our childhood.
Yes, absolutely.
And if you're a sports lover, of course, the professor, Dick Enberg. I watch tennis, I watch college basketball, I watch football. And of course, Joe Graziola on the Game of the Week and World Series. You bet. He's going to be missed.
2 down here in the 3rd inning. Matt Duffy swinging a foul tip, sounded like. Yeah, it was. Duffy struck out looking in the 1st inning. That's 4 strikeouts for James Shields, and all are looking. Great John Miller.
There's the man.
To our left here.
Love John.
Duffy up here, John Jay over towards right center, not as exaggerated did it been the first 2 nights of this series. Dribbler back towards the mound. Shields a little stumble off the hill, but he gets there and fires to first as he was leaning the other direction, but recovers. 1-0 Giants. Our history brought to you by Geico. 1984's All-Star game. Dwight Doc Gooden strikes out the side in his first All-Star inning of work. Gooden remains the youngest player and starting pitcher in All-Star game history. Played in that 84 game at the age of 19. On to the fourth inning, and Matt Kemp to lead it off. Kemp, Upton, and Wallace with the Giants on top 1-0. Kemp grounded out to shortstop first time up. This time pops it up. Back at first base. It is Brandon Bowe into foul ground to make the catch. For the first out here of the fourth inning. So Kemp retired, and that'll bring up Melvin Upton Jr. Melvin with a single to left field in the first inning, and that led to Solarte being thrown out at the plate trying to score in the first. As the Padres would have jumped on top 1-0, but was thrown out at the plate. Good throw by Kelby Tomlinson, the left fielder, to gun him down. Tomlinson out there in left field for just the second time. This goes the other way to right. Parker moves over and makes the catch. Throwing a liner at him, but the right fielder was positioned pretty well. 2 down in the inning.
You know, it's very key here, Don, especially, we see it in Denver, but here with the wind, the center fielder, you really got to bust your tail to go back up. Right field, left field. And if you looked at that last play, Blanco, he was over near Jared Parker when he caught that ball, just in case the ball gets by or is misplayed. Sometimes the wind can play some tricks. You never know. But as a center fielder, you just don't stand there. You just don't be an observer. You got to go back up.
And you get out there towards right center field. Yeah. We're talking about 421 out there. And that's a triple area for sure if you can send it out there.
It's Death Valley out there.
That reminds me of Comerica Park in Detroit, that same area out there in right center that just goes for a long time. Remember Curtis Granderson leading off for the Tigers for a number of years, and there are the dimensions here at AT&T Park, and it is definitely got a lot of character, a lot of different angles being thrown at you here, and dimensions. There's that 421 marker out in right center. At the base of the brick wall out there.
I wish I could go back in time and go to the Polo Grounds.
Oh yeah,
it was like 214 down the line, or something like that.
I just like how the top deck would kind of hang over.
Yes. And wasn't it like 500 plus feet? Remember, in center field, and remember Yankee Stadium, the old Yankee Stadium, the monuments were in play back in the day.
There. Yes,
I remember my dad telling me stories about balls that be hit out there, and like outfielders be going behind the monuments trying to find the ball.
There is ball 4, and Brett Wallace has been walking a lot lately. And he walks here with 2 down in the inning. Second time he's been on base today. He singled in the second. Well, a game presented in HD by Sony. Here are the directions to the Polo Grounds. .501 feet out in that direction if you hit it that far. The back of the bleachers in right center field. Here's Derek Norris with 2 down and a runner at first.
You know why that's 501, don't you?
I think because of the Levi's, right?
Correct. You are correct. Yeah, you're
I used to wear 501s in high school.
Oh yeah, buttonflies?
Absolutely.
You weren't cool if you didn't have those.
No, still do.
Same ones?
No. Those waist size a little different.
Those buttons are the hardest working buttons.
Down the right field line, and a foul ball.
You got the Sansa working now, don't you?
I wear khakis a lot, but I do wear 501 still. I honestly do. I have 2 pairs. Kind of a cool guy.
I'm the 569 type. They're the fuller fit, bigger in the thighs, bigger in the back end.
What are you, about 58-26?
I'm a
58-26.
A 50.
50. 02 is up high.
Did you ever go in and try on a pair of jeans? Like let's say you're a 38, right? You take the 38s to the fitting room and you can't even button them, but you bring them out and you say, I just don't really like this color. Because you're afraid to ask where the 40s are.
The short Crawford will shovel it to second base in time to get Wallace and win the inning. 3.5 done. 1-0 Giants.
Here at AT&T Park is this beautiful organic edible garden, which means everything that grows here is used in the food in sort of a farm to table sort of way at the restaurants here at Hearth Table and the garden as well. And one of the biggest attractions is this aeroponic growing system. It's a water tower that has lettuce that sprouts out, meaning it uses no soil and recycles the water, using about 90% less water than most traditional gardens. One of the many attractions and also vegetarian options here at AT&T Park.
All right, Julie, thanks very much. That's pretty cool.
That's very cool.
It's out there, the whole garden out there they use here, and a lot of the suites and luxury boxes and the food that is made here at the ballpark, and that's a great idea. You certainly have a great place to do it here. Lots of sunshine and that concourse area. Beautiful AT&T Park in San Francisco. Brandon Belt getting it off for the Giants and skying one to right center. Matt Kemp and John Jay. Jay takes charge and makes the catch. Send it back down to Julie.
Hey guys, well, one of the cool things about that garden is that it's also an educational space. They bring inner city kids in who maybe not be used to knowing what a garden is and all the great things that can come from it. They give cooking classes, and also pregame they have the kids come in and they get to hang out behind the batter's eye, and it's mostly an unused space out there because you have to have it as an unobstructed view, obviously, for the players and the fans as well. You can't put stands out there, so just a wonderful repurposing of an open space.
Oh, thanks, Julie. And question for you. Are you a green thumb? Do you like the garden?
You know what? I wish I had the space, but coming from New York, they don't really let us have any gardens. There's no space for that.
I got you. Donna, how about you? Go ahead, Julie.
Well, I was going to say Hunter Pence's favorite food is kale, and so that was sort of the impetus behind it all. And a lot of the kids say, where's the kale? That's the first thing they ask for because they know it's his favorite food. And get this, there's a netting that goes over it because, of course, there is a risk of pop flies or during BP, you know, getting an errant ball out there. But they have a netting, and if a home run makes it over, they call it a vinaigrette splash.
Nice. What about the seagulls, though?
Yeah, I was thinking about that. They come in, of course, late, but apparently they're not a problem.
They don't like kale?
Foul ground. Wallace setting over. It'll be back into the seats.
Hey, seriously, though, Hunter Pence, very, what's the word I'm looking for? You know, about the food he eats, right?
Health conscious.
Health conscious, right? And that's, you know, kids look up to players like that, and they see the players doing it. They're going to want to do it. There's Hunter.
One down here in the 4th inning. Brandon Crawford, he's had a big series. Single to center field, first time up. A grounder foul outside of first.
Oh, Billy Hayes cannot make the play over there at first base.
The Padres today after the game traveling to Arizona, where they will spend the off day tomorrow. Then series coming up against the Diamondbacks. 1-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt. Got a piece of it. Hangs at 1-2.
Remember, James Shields likes to throw that backdoor cut fastball, especially to the left-handers. They'll give up on it, and then the idea there is to hit that outside corner. He's in the driver's seat right here this at bat. Let's see if he goes to that after going down and in.
Kind of get jammed and flips it out towards shallow left. Upton will run in and make the catch for the second out here of the 4th inning. 2 fly ball outs here in the 4th for James Shields.
Good pitch up, tied him up. Easy fly ball.
We're returning to Arizona for the first time today since spring training. I imagine the weather's a little different right now there in Arizona. A little warmer, I'm guessing.
I packed some shorts.
Great.
Did you pack the Speedo?
2 down here in the 4th inning. Jared Parker stands in. Grounded out to third base in the 2nd inning. A list of things I don't need to see. Mark Grant in shorts.
What's wrong with that?
2 down here in the 4th. To center. And Jay is right there to make the catch, middle of the cap by. 3 fly ball outs, a 1-2-3 4th inning. A 1-0 Giants lead. Baseball brought to you by Land Rover. Sign up for the new Padres Club Card today. By Mercury Insurance. We're on a mission to save you money. Log on to the mercuryinsurance.com today. And by Volkswagen. Visit your San Diego County Volkswagen dealers to see their award-winning lineup of cars and SUVs today. Now the cable car that we did the Open from last night, in case you missed it.
Very cool out there in right center field.
High ball to left field. Kelby Tomlinson had the wind push it a little bit to his left, but makes the catch. So Alexei Ramirez on 1 pitch retired here in the 5th inning. One down in the 5th brings up Alexei Amarista.
Well, Jake Peavy, 4 consecutive scoreless innings today. 2nd time only he's done that this year. Last time back on the 14th against the Arizona Diamondbacks. As I mentioned earlier, of the 9 starts prior to today, only one he had fewer hits than innings pitched. And that was back on against the Arizona Diamondbacks. 6 innings, 3 hits. That's a high whip. Walks, hits, innings pitched combined. Walks and hits combined to innings pitched.
Divided by innings pitched, right?
Sure. Yeah, you take your walks and your hits combined.
You divide it by innings
to
pitched.
the innings pitched, right? So if your whip is 1.5,
You don't sound too confident.
No, if your whip is 1.5, that's high. You're allowing 1.5 base runners per inning, averaging 1.5 base runners per inning.
Right.
Yeah.
One out here in the 5th. Up and away, and it's 2-2 to Amarista with James Shields waiting on deck. 4 hits for the Padres, 3 for the Giants. In the air down the left field line. Tomlinson on the run will get there. He's playing a very good left field for a guy who hasn't done it a lot. Had to go to his left last time. This time running to his right towards the line, and there are 2 outs here in the 5th.
Follow Padres Baseball live with the MLB.com @bat app. Stay up to the moment at any moment with game day, live game, video highlights, StatCast, news, and more. Download MLB.com @bat, the #1 app for live baseball on your phone and tablet. I've got it on my tablet as we speak in the booth right now. It's very cool. Got to get it if you're a fan.
2 down here in the 5th inning for James Shields. I use it a lot for video. Obviously, I like to watch games across Major League Baseball after we're done, but use it a lot for the stats and some of the other stuff that @bat offers.
I'm not really a stats geek. I mean, I like to know obviously what's going on, but just to see the leaders and they keep it posted. And like you said, I like to watch the videos. You might hear somebody in the press box or another announcer say, "Hey, did you see that play the other day in Philly?" Well, all you need to do is go to the app and you go to the Philly page and you check it out. You see it. You watch it.
Shields down on strikes for the 2nd time today. 3 Ks for Peavy. 1-0 Giants. All right, Mike, thanks very much. First pitch strike here to Kelby Tomlinson, who's done a nice job defensively in left field today for the Giants. Also at the plate, single to right field to drive in a run in the second inning. So doing it offensively and defensively in this game for the Giants. And wild swing and a miss at a pitch headed down and away. 5 in a row retired right now by James Shields, who works into the 5th inning, fresh off a 1-2-3 4th inning. And at 55 pitches through 4+.
Yeah, one of those homegrown Giants, Kelby Tomlinson, last year in the short time he was here, had 178 at bats. He hit .303, drove in 20. And you know what, Don? A 12th rounder.
I like that one, guys. A little bit deeper in the draft, make it to the majors and thrive. One hopper kind of exploded on Ramirez, but a good throw in time to get Tomlinson, and there's one out here in the 5th inning.
Baseball night in America returns Saturday with the battle between the Dodgers and the Mets. It's all Saturday at 4 p.m. Pacific, only on Fox, or watch it live on Fox Sports Go. Get your baseball fix right here on Fox.
6 in a row retired by Shields as Trevor Brown stands in. Which on an error committed by Solarte back in the 2nd inning. It seems like if you are not a first-round draft choice or second-round draft choice, it's harder to get to the big leagues, it seems. I mean, if you are a first-round draft choice, even if you don't make it with one organization, it seems that another organization will give you another opportunity to get to the big leagues just because you were a first-round draft choice.
You hit it right on the head. Perfectly explained. You need some, if you're a late rounder, you need some breaks. You need some guys ahead of you, possibly. And nobody likes to see anybody get injured, but it's part of the game. You move up, and you know what? Nowadays it seems like you can get called to the big leagues more on necessity more than performance. It seemed like back in the day you got called up because you were good. Well, nowadays it seems like, oh, we need a position player, or we need a pitcher, and it just happens to be his spot in the rotation in the minor leagues. He's got a 5 ERA, but you know, we need a pitcher anyway.
I think there's more injuries today. I mean, why is that? There's a fly ball down the right field line. Matt Kemp running into foul ground, won't have a play.
Your guess is as good as mine
reach
as far as the injuries. Well, some key plays this afternoon from San Francisco. Kelby Tomlinson, the 12th rounder, throws out Yangervis Solarte. James Shields trying to get over to third base because of the shift. Nobody was over there covering. And the E5 on Yangervis Solarte. Given the Giants opportunities, but as we look at the scoreboard, still only 1-0 San Francisco.
One down, and Trevor Brown here with a full count. And a pop-up into shallow right. Out goes Amarista. In comes Kemp and Jay, and Kemp make the catch in front of Jay for the second out of the 5th inning. So 2 down here in the 5th, and it'll bring up Jake Peavy, who's pitching well today. Peavy had 61 pitches through the first 5 innings and fresh off a 1-2-3 top half of this inning. Now bats in the bottom half of the inning. He struck out looking in the 2nd inning. One of 4 strikeouts on the day for the veteran right-hander James Shields. To center field, John Jay going back. He'll have room. Backpedals a few steps and puts it away. 8 in a row retired by Shields, but the Giants have a 1-0 lead through 5. As we head into the 6th inning. And a look at home run leaders. Les Cespedes with 15 leading the way. Nolan Arenado, Todd Frazier, Robinson Cano's had a very good bounce back season so far for the surprise Seattle Mariners, and Manny Machado, third baseman for the Orioles.
If I were to pick one, I'd pick Nolan Arenado. And the reason why I throw the Colorado thing out the window, because last year his home runs, half at home, half on the road. And that's why I go with Nolan Arenado. How about you, Cha-Cha?
On that particular list, I'm going to go with Cespedes because I think he's really coming into his own. I think he's comfortable now with the Mets. I think he likes where he is, and I think comfort goes a long way with him. You know, watching him over the years, saw him, of course, first with the Oakland A's and then briefly with the Red Sox, and bounced around there a little bit. But this guy, I mean, I think he's going to have a huge year.
And you've seen him more than me, but and we saw him when the Mets came to town. But is he the foul pole guy, or is he?
Yes,
yeah,
he is.
That's good.
He's out to left center, and Blanco is there to make the catch on John Jay.
Because when you
down here in the 6th inning,
when you have that power to all fields, and you can be disciplined enough to keep the ball in the strike zone, good command of that strike zone, that spells trouble. So I can see Cespedes doing it.
One down here in the 6th inning, Yangervis Solarte. Double in the first, struck out swinging in the third. Shows bunt, pulls it back, and takes a strike. Peavy has kept the Padres off balance here all day today.
I know, it's amazing.
Bounce in, down and in. Up in a big strikeout day. He's got 2. He's walked a batter. About 4 hits in the game. The Padres are actually out hitting the Giants 4-3, but trailing the scoreboard 1-0. San Diego batting here in the 6th inning. Peavy falling behind now 3-1. It is Solarte now, Kemp next. Full count.
I'm not so sure that's the swing that Solarte wanted to take. 3-1. Looked like a breaking ball that was down and in. Take a look at that Fox track. See pitch number 5 there. It was a breaking ball, a little slider down and in.
Popped up left side, battling the sun. Duffy, the third baseman, will make the catch. Couple strides on the outfield lawn. 2 outs here in the 6th inning. We'll bring up Matt Kemp. 0 for 2 today. A ground out to short, foul out to the first baseman.
You know that saying, when it rains it pours? Kind of what we're kind of seeing right now. And once again, James Shields not getting any support.
Line drive to left. Tomlinson coming in, and he makes the catch. Boy, he didn't get a good look or a good read, but he recovered, comes in, and makes the grab, kind of lunging forward. A 1-2-3-6. The Giants 1-0 lead turned into a pretty good play out there. Padres baseball, brought to you by Land Rover, above and beyond. Now it's on now to the last half of the 6th inning, and Gregor Blanco lead it off here for the Giants. Blanco struck out in the first, single to right in the third, 1 for 2. Shields today only allowing 3 hits, but the 1 run, the difference in the game. As Blanco takes pitch inside. Eight in a row retired by Shields as he starts this bottom of the 6th inning. Fly ball to deep right field. Back goes Kemp towards the warning track, and he can't catch it. Going to bounce around out there. Meanwhile, heading for third is Blanco. He'll get there standing on a triple out to right center field for Gregor Blanco. His second hit of the day. And Kemp kind of lost out there in no man's land in right center field, way back by the 421 marker, and the wind blowing it around and not able to make the grab.
Yeah, a lot going on right there. That's a changeup that Blanco goes out and gets it. Okay, now Matt Kemp's got to realize he's got to go a long way. And when you're twisting and turning like that, you got your name and number to the infield. You're trying to concentrate on the ball. You've got the wind. You've got Death Valley out there. Well, you can only play that carom and get it back in as quickly as possible, and that's a triple, and Andy Green will bring the infielders in.
Well, Joe Panik, the batter, second baseman for the Giants, 0 for 2 in the game. Trying to obtain some insurance here right now for the Giants. And a flare foul off to the left out of play. Infield in all the way around. Sun shining brightly now here in San Francisco. Throw to third and a pickoff play, but back to the bag is Blanco. Cheating in was Solarte. Is that a play that's usually predetermined right there?
Absolutely. They work on that in spring training quite a bit. We've seen that in the years past. And also remember, it's worth reiterating again because you cannot fake the throw to third anymore. You have to make that throw.
Under foul, hit sharply, but out ahead that time was Panik. Yeah, so I guess your third baseman's got to know you're doing it, because otherwise, you're in no man's land.
No, there's communication there. There's a pick of, back of the hat, the pants, maybe the belt buckle, and then the pitcher's got to answer back, knowing that he's got the sign.
Message received. Max effort right now from Shields, kind of grunting out there with that. 0-2 strikes. Blanco at third base, nobody out, last of the 6th inning. Giants are already on top 1-0. The count 2-2 now. Matt Duffy waits on deck here for the Giants. There is Gregor Blanco, 90 feet away. Outside, ball 3. And today, Shields has not walked anybody through 5+ innings, has 4 strikeouts on the day.
Well, we know that James Shields likes to throw that changeup. He'll throw it any time. Let's see if he puts one down here. Oh, there's the wiggle. Shakes off curveball. Cutter. Cutter or slider here.
That's foul back to the screen. Leadoff triple by Gregor Blanco has started this bottom of the 6th inning. Shields trying to work his way around it.
I'm going change up here.
And a grounder foul.
Looking at a fastball in. So he's trying to go in and out, out and in, giving Panik a different look. Well, this is where Panik really has to shorten up and play a little pepper with that infield in. See, that's the frustrating thing. You make a good pitch and you either get jammed or off the end of the bat with the infield in, it cuts down on the range. And
on the ground at first base, Wallace will look the runner back, tag the bag, kind of backpedaling to the bag for the out. And the infield in works there. Blanco remains at third, 1 down.
Okay, defensive swing right there. Good pitch by James Shields, a third of the way there.
One out here in the 6th inning. Panik at third, and brings up Matt Duffy. 0 for 2. He struck out looking and grounded back to Shields on the mound. Infield still in all the way around with 1 out here in the 6th inning. Here he comes on a suicide squeeze, but it is fouled back to the screen. So Bruce Bochy going to the suicide squeeze there, and it's fouled back. Able to get it down is Matt Duffy.
As soon as that pitcher gets to that throwing position, he is off and running. Watch when Shields gets right there. He's off and running. And the hitter, you're bunting, trying to put it in play no matter where that pitch is.
The Giants have had trouble scoring runs. Trying to force the issue there was Bochy. 1 pitch in the dirt. You say that, you know, that they've had trouble scoring runs, but at the same time they're on quite a run, but it's largely because of their pitching. Team that has won 12 of their last 13 games, 4 in a row coming in.
Bochy told me last week that he was concerned about the bullpen early on in the season as far as bridging that gap to the closer Casilla.
One. And a swing and a miss on a pitch down and away in the dirt. And Duffy upset with himself, now down 1-2.
This was a curveball. Derek Norris anticipating that curveball. Right off the chest protector. Perfectly done, saving that run.
Buster Posey with a day off today, just looking on. Seen them both catching in this series and playing a little first base. 1-2 pitch will not miss by a lot. Shields wanted it. It evens 2-2. Leadoff triple by Blanco to begin this inning. Panik grounded out to first. Blanco could not advance. 2-2. And that's outside.
Every pitch away here to Duffy as he tries to pepper that outside corner.
In the air, down the right field line, foul and out of play. taxing stress inning for Shields right out of the gate. I guess anytime you give up a triple to begin the inning, it's going to be tough. Long battle with Panik, now a long battle with Matt Duffy. Pitch count up to 82 pitches with 1 out here in the 6th inning for Shields. And a base hit into right field. From third comes Blanco, and the Giants will take a 2-0 lead. Matt Duffy wins the battle and drives in another run for San Francisco.
Hey, remember the foul ball down the right field line? You can see that Duffy was just trying to pepper that ball that way. We talk about location being a huge key. That ball leaks outer third. That catches a lot of the plate. And Duffy realizing with the infield in and cutting down the range, hey, I'll take my chances spanking it that way. And that's an RBI.
So 1 out, Duffy at first base, and it brings up Brandon Belt. 0 for 2 on the day for the Giants first baseman, who has struck out looking and flied out to center field. Padres now shifting on the right side with Solarte coming to the right side. And you see Belt, no shift, 310 against the shift to 278. And the Padres choosing to go with the latter. Go to first, and back is Duffy.
And usually he's pushed back more, right? But because the double play in order?
Yeah, possibility of double play, so they keep it tight to the infield here in the shift. I'd say that Solarte a little bit more comfortable in that spot than maybe Brett Wallace was when they had the shift on, with third baseman moving over to the right side. But Wallace did a good job of it a couple times.
Yeah, usually Alexi on the right is back as a rover, but like you said, Don, with 1 out, the double play in order. Ball hit sharply to him. He can go to Alexei Ramirez at short at second base for the Force.
Duffy held on at first base by Brett Wallace. 1 out here in the 6th inning, a run in. Foul to the screen, evens the count at 1-1. It's Belt down, Crawford next. Center fielder John Jay, a step or two towards left center. There is a gap out in right center.
Let's see if anything's going on right here.
Two and one. Now you get an action count. Maybe we'll see some action here. I think something's happening here.
I was thinking maybe that last pitch, maybe, but 2-1. Pretty good count to maybe put the guy in motion.
Belt's a guy who does ground into a fair number of double plays. You want to try to stay out of that. Yeah, nothing's happening. So we're wrong all the way around.
Yeah, pretty good pitch, and he got squeezed. There you see the workload for James Shields. Well, that second inning. And in that second inning, gave up the run, the single to Crawford, and Tomlinson drove him in. And this inning, the workload up there, also giving up a run.
Popped up foul, back and out of play. Off to the left, a full count now to Brandon Belt.
Andy motion just might be running right here. Did you see him with the fingers?
3-2 pitch, 1 out.
Probably running.
And he is. And that's strike 3. The throw is going to be off the mark. Ramirez reels it in, but that was to the third base side. And striking out of the plate is Brandon Belt. He didn't think it was strike 3, and he'll take with him the 5th strikeout for James Shields of the day. Stolen base for Matt Duffy gets him into scoring position with 2 down.
A pretty good pitch. Brandon Belt doesn't like it. It was right on the outside corner, about knee high. Not the best throw from Derek Norris there, but just, you know, hey, with 2 outs now, preventing that ball from going into center field is the main thing.
A pitch low and away to Brandon Crawford. And 2 outs here in the 6th inning. Crawford had a single and a run scored back in the 2nd inning. Flied out to left field in the 4th. A 1-for-2 day today for the Giants shortstop. In there for a strike. No doubt the hardest inning for Shields to work here in his outing today, and that pitch count up to 92. Have you seen anybody start to warm yet in the bullpen? Get into that area. Most pitches that he's thrown in any game this season is 110, and that was in his last outing at 6 2/3. And that also was against the Giants.
Yeah, he's pretty much primed for 110.
He'd done it once before that as well. Did it against the Mets.
Good pitch.
Full count now. Six or more, 13 times. Thirty pitches in this inning now. This is 31, and that's outside. So he loses Brandon Crawford. That's only the first walk of the day given up by James Shields. And it's 2 on with 2 outs, and Jared Parker coming up.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the San Diego Padres and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
Aaron Balsley out on the mound to talk to Shields here.
I think this is kind of just to give James a blow. I mean, he knows what he needs to do to pitch to Jared Parker. He has faced him twice, grounded out, hit the ball in the air. Heavy work mode this inning in the day game. Maybe a little warmer out there, and then just to give him a little bit of a blow.
Now for the first time there is action coming up here in the Padres pen. So Brad Hand is going to start to warm up. First and second, 2 down for the Giants, and here is Jared Parker. Down and in. Good play by Norris. Sprawling to his right to keep that in front of him. Time now for the Cholula flamethrower.
James Shields, 92. It's hot size. Just a little bit.
One 0 to Parker. And that one right in front of the plate, but fouled off. Got a piece of him. And 1-1. Brad Hand is up, so is Carlos Villanueva. So double-barreled action right now for the Padres. Save started with Blanco tripling to right center. Panic grounded out. Runner stayed at third. Then Matt Duffy with a single to right to drive in another Giants run. Strikeout and a walk.
There he goes.
Now the runners are going. Double steal try here, and it's successful. Duffy steals third. Crawford steals second. Almost looked like Duffy was doing that on his own, because late to react at first was Brandon Crawford kind of following suit. But well after Duffy had taken off for third base.
It almost seemed before that pitch, it was just a lull out there, and just the Giants runners taking advantage. You see how far off the third base bag Yangervis Solarte is, so then it's a race to the bag. He's got to catch that throw on the run, apply the tag.
3 stolen bases in this inning now for the Giants. And a swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt. There's a big guy right here for Shields to get, with runners at second and third. Trying to keep this a 2-run deficit right now here in the 6th inning. A swing and a miss as Parker will strike out to end the inning. He said he made contact, but home plate umpire Mike Winters isn't buying it. A run for the Giants. They take a 2-0 lead through 6. The 7th inning with the Giants on top 2-0. And MLB standings and division leaders. Any surprise for you here right now? I'd have to say the Mariners to me jump out as a surprise so far this year.
No question. And you know what? After the year the Red Sox and John Farrell had last year, how about the Red Sox?
Yep, pretty impressive.
I mean, it's amazing what they can do with David Price, Craig Kimbrell, and then everybody, you know, Xander Bogaerts. We've talked to him quite a bit. Of course, the go-to guy, perennial all-star, Dustin Pedroia.
Jackie Bradley Jr. having a great year.
Yes, a great hitting streak. He's at 28 now?
Yes.
Right? And then the White Sox. I mean, 2 teams last year that were out of it early.
Rounder back to the mound, knocked down by Peavy. He's got time to recover and retires Melvin Upton Jr. And a leap in the air from the top of the mound that time to get a glove on it. Bounced off to the third base side, but he gets there quickly. No panic there, and Melvin Upton out number 1 of the 7th inning. Action now for the Giants as Javier Lopez and Hunter Strickland. That's just going to be Strickland, the right-hander, warming in the pen. Lopez had been warming, but he's walking back down the line again. Strike 1 to Brett Wallace. There's Strickland warming for the Giants. 8 in a row retired right now by Jake Peavy. There's 1 out in the 7th. Wallace to right center field. Struck pretty well on the run as Blanco diving. And Blanco cannot make the catch. One hopped into the glove. He tried to sell it as he came up, but Caught that in a hop, and it'll be a double for Brett Wallace with 1 out of the 7th inning.
Going to his left with the right hand. Boy, that ball comes up, hits him in the chest, and then you're right, he tries to sell it, huh? Hey, and why not?
He rolled around for a while. The ball's loose. Come on.
But hey, look at Jared Parker backing up, doing his job. He got to that ball nicely.
So 1 out. Wallace in scoring position at second base brings up Derek Norris. Flares it foul off to the right, out of play.
Boy, the chance to do some damage against Peavy right here, as they've got the hard throwing Strickland up in the bullpen. That tying run at the plate. One mistake here.
Fouled off to the right, out of play. 0-2. Two runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Giants. No runs, 5 hits, and an error for the Padres. 1 out here in the 7th inning. Brett Wallace at second base. Derek Norris down 0-2. And time called. Norris has grounded into a 3-6-3 double play, and last time up grounded into a fielder's choice. Up and away, and it's 1-2. Looks like Josh Osich is going to run down and join Strickland in the pen. So a couple guys warming down for the Giants.
That's a couple of hard throws right there from the right side and the left side. Osich and Strickland.
One-two. Frame there by Brown, but a ball. 2-2. Part of the bridge to get to Casilla. Here with 12 saves on the year for the Giants.
Leader in the National League, Jenmar Gomez with the Phillies.
Swing and a miss, and Norris strikes out. That is strikeout number 4 of the day for Peavy. 2 down. Time now for the In the Driver's Seat, brought to you by Kia. And Jake Peavy, pretty good day today so far through 6 2/3. Has not allowed a run. 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. His latest victim is Derek Norris for out number 2 here in the 7th inning. Very comfortable today against his old team. Jose Ramirez leading it off here from the right side.
Still looking for his first home run as a Padre.
Looked at his home runs last year, had 10 in what worked out to be his last year in Chicago. Had 21 the first year that he came into the big leagues back in 2008. Double figures in most years. So far this year, none, as you mentioned, on this May the 25th. Two outs. Wallace at second base. Now would be a good time. Didn't miss by a lot, and Peavy wanted it. Lined into right center field. That's going to get down. Around from second base comes Wallace. He will score. It is an RBI single for Alexei Ramirez, and the Padres are on the board. They cut the Giants' lead in half, and it's now 2-1. So nice job by Alexei Ramirez. Picks up his 15th RBI, and it's now 2-1 Giants.
Well, after seeing him the third time around and taking him the opposite way, Padres cutting the lead in half. Now 2-1, and here it is. It's away, and he just goes that way, not trying to pull it.
Bruce Bochy out there to make a double switch here. Talking to home plate umpire Mike Winters with 2 outs in the 7th inning. And the pitching change from AT&T Park in San Francisco. Padres are on the board. It's 2-1 Giants. Padres 2-1, but the Padres making some noise here in the 7th inning. Our Cricket Wireless something to smile about focuses on.
Cuteness at AT&T Park. Bouncing baby. Already donning the Giants jersey.
Now 2 down here in the 7th inning. Alexei Ramirez at first base. Alexei Amarista in on the left side. And Osich backs off here. Jake Peavy 6 2/3, 6 hits, walked a batter, struck out 4. So far charged with 1 run. He is responsible for Alexei Ramirez at first base. The pitching change brought to you by El Cajon Ford, as into the game is Josh Osich.
Well, he's got a power arm from the left side. Lefties 0-61. A little high on the walk side, and 9 strikeouts and 15+ frames from the left-hander.
Swing and a miss, and it's a ball and a strike now to Amarista.
Basically just fastball slider from Osich as Denard Span goes into center field, and Blanco will move over to right on the double switch.
Jared Parker coming out of the game. The pitcher's spot now is 6th in the order for the Giants. Runner goes at first, and a soft blooper down the left field line, foul over by the Giants pen, where Strickland continues to warm down there for San Francisco. And that time Alexei Ramirez was off at first base. Makes his way back with the count now 1-2 to Amarista.
You know, a lot of people might look at that play and say, oh, hit and run. Well, you know what? Probably not with 2 outs, because with 2 outs, if you put a hit and run on, that takes the aggressiveness out of the hitter. Might take us, because he's got to swing at anything, right? So with that said, he might not get a good pitch, and it's just a weak grounder. And next thing you know, you're out of the inning.
Yeah, Amarista strikes out to end the inning. Padres get a run. 7th inning stretch here from San Francisco. Alexei Ramirez driving in the Padres' first run of the day. It's 2-1 Giants as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Game summary today. Padres trying to score right out of the gate in the first inning, but gunned down at the plate was Solarte. And the Padres could not score, but back come the Giants as some pretty good defense for the Padres in this game as well. As a flare out of the reach of Amarista would score Crawford and give the Giants a 1-0 advantage. They would add another run on the base hit by Duffy in the 6th inning to take a 2-0 lead. Padres come back with a run in the top of the 7th, so it's 2-1 San Francisco. It'll be Tomlinson leading it off here for the Giants. 1 for 2 today. A little number in front of the plate. Norris jumps out, clears the runner, and throws out Tomlinson. The pitcher into the game right now is Carlos Villanueva. Comes in here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Well, if you remember, if you stuck around with us in that extra inning game, 17 innings, he worked 3 scoreless innings. That was on Sunday against the Dodgers, so he's back out there. He's your swing guy. He can go long, he can go short, he can go 1 hitter, he can go 6 hitters. And the splits, a lot of differential between those splits there.
1 down and a foul off to the right out of play for Trevor Brown.
Needs to make an adjustment against the right-handed hitters. They're hitting 390 off Carlos. Lefty's only 196.
On the ground up the middle into center field, a base hit for Trevor Brown. I mentioned the Padres after the ball game tonight will be heading to Arizona. Greater coverage of baseball brought to you by T-Mobile. This is what they will see when they arrive. Paul Goldschmidt, who hitting at just 143 in the last 2 games against the Padres this year. Zach Greinke 3-1 with a 3.33 ERA over his last 4 starts. And Shelby Miller, not what they expected, 1-4. 327 opponent batting average in the last 5 starts. As the Padres and Diamondbacks, a 3-game series coming up. Pitching change here from San Francisco. Looks like Ryan Buchter coming in. 2-1 Giants. In San Francisco, the Giants on top 2-1. One out here in the 7th inning. And Denard Span on the double switch, batting in the 9 spot now. And Ryan Buchter deals with a pitch inside. Span coming into the game in center field. Started the first 2 games of this series, but comes off the bench here for game 3. Bochy still has Buster Posey on his bench available should he need him. So Villanueva faced 2 hitters. He's able to get Tomlinson for the first out of the 7th inning, but then a base hit up the middle to center for Trevor Brown, and that was it for Villanueva. Now Buchter in and into his 24th game of the year. A remarkable 0.82 earned run average.
Oh, he's been lights out.
Fly ball towards right center field. John Jay on the run. He is not going to get there. Back to the track of the wall. Brown from first base going to try and score. He will without a problem. And the Giants have their 2-run lead back again on top 3-1. RBI double for Denard Span, and San Francisco back on top 3-1.
Oh, lefty on lefty, and Denard Span putting together a good at-bat. We talked about Ryan Buchter coming in key situations, stressful situations, crunch time, and making good pitches and holding the lead. And as we get late here, anytime the Giants get a lead late, it's one tough team to try to get back and beat, especially here at AT&T Park.
So 1 down, Span at second base, and it brings up Gregor Blanco. Start of the game in center field. He has since been moved to right as part of the double switch. Swinging a foul tip that time. Outfield available to Bruce Bochy right now. Mentioned Hunter Pence, Buster Posey, Connor Gillespie. And a pickup play at second. Buchter just backed off.
We talked about that yesterday. Remember, the pitcher does not have to throw on that. You can just back off and stop everything, start from square one. If he feels he wants to turn and throw, so be it.
Foul to the screen, and it's 0-2. If we get late in this ball game, this is what Andy Green has to work with. Not sure how available Will Myers really is with that wrist situation, out for a second straight game. Padres trailing by 2. Giants looking for more with 1 out here in the 7th inning.
Hey, be careful of Span out there at second base. You never know with him.
Foul tipped and held onto by Norris for strike 3. So Blanco down by way of the K. 2 down here in the 7th inning. So Buchter gets his first strikeout since coming in. That run that scored, incidentally, is charged to Villanueva. Went a third of an inning, gave up the base hit to Brown. Brown comes around and scores. Buchter allowing the inherited runner to score, but it is charged to Villanueva. So 2 out, Span at second, and here's Joe Panik. Slap it foul off to the left, out of play. Panik 0 for 3 today. Is lined out to left, grounded into a 4-6-3 double play, and last time up, grounded out to first base. Buchter gave up a run in the 7th inning. Last time out, snapped his 18 1/3 scoreless inning streak. Fouled off to the left, and it's now 1-2. Still just holding opponents to a 130 batting average on the year. And as We're scoreless in 21 of 23 games that he has been in.
Yeah, he's been very aggressive. Every time he goes out there, he pounds the zone. He challenges the hitters. He's not scared off. And for a guy who pitched only one game last year with the Atlanta Braves, that's his only taste in the big leagues. I think he's done quite well. No question about it.
Yanked out. It'll get away from Norris, and Span will take third base. Wild pitch, charge to Buchter. Allows Span to take third.
Well, looked like Derek kind of handled that one the wrong way on that breaking ball rather than turning the fingers down towards the ground, palm up.
Fly ball popped up, really. Back is short. Alexei Ramirez makes the catch in behind third to end the inning. The Giants get a run. We head to the eighth. San Francisco on top 3-1. All right, Mike, thanks very much. Christian Bethancourt pinch hitting here in the pitcher's spot in the top of the eighth inning. Fouls one off to the right and out of play. Osich back on the mound. He was able to retire Amarista on a strikeout to end the seventh inning. He starts the eighth. Andy Green with the flexibility to have Bethancourt pinch hit from time to time with carrying three catchers at the moment. We've seen a lot of this. 1-1. And a miss up and in, and it's 2-1.
I've always loved the chance to have three catchers on your roster, and with that one catcher that can play like another position.
Yep,
like
maybe
put
first base or something.
Right, exactly. So you're not hamstrung by, if your catcher goes down, your main guy goes down, your backup goes in there, and then what happens if something happens to that guy? Then you go to your emergency catcher.
thought about it, doesn't pull the trigger, and Osich missing there with a full count. Top of the Padres order, John Jay, and then Yangervis Solarte expected here in the 8th inning. High for ball 4, leadoff walk. Good start here for the Padres in the 8th. So Bethancourt, the good at bat, able to get on here and set the table for Jay. Padres getting their first run in the 7th inning. Alexei Ramirez with a single. Scored Brett Wallace from second base and got the Padres on the board, but Giants came back with another run on top, now 3-1. Strike one. Ended up right over the heart of the plate.
Well, you're thinking that Osich is going to be out there for obviously Jay here. Solarte, the switch hitter, is going to turn him around to his weaker side, the right side, and then they've got hot and ready to go Hunter Strickland for Kemp, Melvin Upton Jr.
Jake Peavy today went 6 2/3, 6 hits, gave up 1 run, walked a batter, struck out 4, a chance for his 2nd win of the year. Came into this outing just 1-5. Pitched pretty well here today against the Padres.
Okay, nice job also today. It goes without saying, we should mention obviously James Shields. That 2nd inning, stressful inning, only 1 run. Stressful inning in the 6th, only 1 run.
One, 2. Swinging a foul tip, and Jay strikes out.
Mentioned that Osich has got that firm fastball, mid-90s, and this one outside corner, just a little bit above the belt.
So 1 out, 1 on, and it brings up Yangervis Solarte. Solarte with a double in the 1st, struck out in the 3rd, popped out to 3rd in the 6th inning. Yeah, strike over the outside corner. In the dirt, and almost too far off first base was Bethancourt, but he's able to scramble to get back to the bag.
I thought this was going to be a little dicey here, just as he went there.
There's a secondary lead, and then there's that.
Yeah, that's thirdary.
Osich with a 1-1 pitch. It is driven out towards left center field. Headed out is Span, still going towards the wall, and that ball is going to be gone. A 2-run home run for Yangervis Solarte has tied this game at 3 aside. Out to left center and out of the yard, just kept carrying for Solarte. So the Padres have tied it up.
Well, how about Yangervis Solarte? Usually a better hitter from the left side. You know, you get more at-bats that way, but taking advantage of a mistake, and that's what we were talking about the other day. Finally, a mistake that's crushed, and a big home run, tying it up. A 2-run shot. Cuidado, Piso Mojado.
Well, Hunter Strickland is going to be coming in here for Bruce Bochy. The pitching change. New game, tied 3-3. But a 2-run home run has tied this game 3-3. And now Matt Kemp bats with 1 out, bases empty here in the 8th inning. Brand new ball game down from San Francisco. This pitch runs away. We're talking about Bruce Bochy worrying about his bullpen, and bullpen here giving it back. After Strickland now to his 20th game. 2-0, the 3.06 earned run average. And Kemp will lift a fly ball down the right field line towards the corner. Blanco in the corner makes the catch on the dirt of the track by the 3:09 marker for the 2nd out of the 8th. Well, it's time now for the Bill Howe play of the game. And down Hervis Solarte out to left center field with that home run.
Oh, and I wonder who had him today and picked the stick.
That would be you.
Bringing some energy to that bench.
Something Andy Green talked about in his return from the DL. Not only what he does on the field, but off the field in the clubhouse. Melvin Upton Jr. batting here with 2 down. Bases empty now in a tie game. Had a single back in the 1st inning, a 1-for-3 day.
Oh, that's some queso right there. That's some serious cheese. 98. That's sharp cheddar.
Jake Peavy no longer part of this decision today for the Giants. There's a fly ball headed out towards center field. Span going back, still going onto the track. He will leap and make the catch out there in center, up against the wall. So Upton gives it a ride to deep center field. He is retired. Solarte with a 2-run home run has tied the game as Upton gave it a ride. 3-3 the score. That's Padres Baseball, brought to you by San Diego's best window company, Simply Great Windows. By Petco, your complete pet store. And by your San Diego County Lexus dealers. Now back in San Francisco. where the Padres, thanks to Yangervis Solarte, have tied the score here 3-3. Into the bottom of the 8th inning we go. And the Padres employ their 4th pitcher of the day. Brandon Maurer comes in.
Last time Brandon was out on the hill was on Monday against these Giants. As that game, Johnny Cueto twirled a 1-0 victory for San Diego. Gave up a double and a walk. Maurer power here in the 8th.
Takes over for Ryan Buchter, who went 2/3 of an inning. Giving up a hit, no runs, didn't walk anybody, struck out a batter. Numbers for Maurer in the last 3 outings. Sprayed foul off to the right. It evens at 2-2 to Matt Duffy.
Hey, you're going to give up some runs, and there's going to be some spurts to where you give up 2, 3. The idea is to bounce back there. If you can, 8 out of 10. If you can go 8 out of 10, that's doing pretty darn good. You're getting that groove.
On the ground is short. Ramirez to his left. Throws out Duffy for the first out here of the 8th inning. So 1 down, and that'll bring up Brandon Belt. Well, you use your closer at home with a tie game, and it looks like the closer is up right now for the Giants.
Oh, he's a good boy. Sit. Pretty good movement at 94 for Brandon Maurer.
And 1 down here in the 8th inning, dealing with Belt, who is 0 for 3 today. Belt striking out twice and flying out to center field. Padres in a shift on the right side, as they always do against Belt. And a tough swing right there.
Oh, nice changeup right there from Brandon Maurer.
There's Casilla, the closer. On deck, Brandon Crawford, 1 out here in the 8th. Ball 4, and walking is Belt with 1 down here in the 8th inning. So that is the first walk given up by Padres pitching all day. So 1 out walk here, and it'll bring up Brandon Crawford.
They love their Giants, huh? Is that a Posey hat and a Crawford hat? Handmade?
That's what it looked like.
Homemade?
1 out, 1 on, and here is Brandon Crawford. 1 for 2 in the game. Single back in the 2nd inning. A single low, and it's now 2-0. Now we're into the game here to pitch the bottom of the 8th in a tie game from AT&T Park. Popped up a mile high, foul ground. Norris, look out, fair ball, he didn't run. Throw to second base is not going to be in time. It hit the runner, and hurt out there is Belt, and they will tag him out. He couldn't get back to the bag at second after he got hit. So it may not have hit him. He may have injured himself on the way over there. And not running, when I looked down, was Brandon Crawford at all. He was still in the batter's box when that ball fell.
Oh, rolled his ankle.
Yeah, you know, Don, going back to Crawford, that ball's popped up. Derek Norris went back a long way. So Crawford's anticipating it's going to be a foul ball.
Right.
All of a sudden, the way the wind's blowing, hey, that wind is starting to really whip now towards center field. Plus, with the backspin it's got on it, that's coming back towards the infield. Next thing you know, see, watch Norris. Crawford's looking at it. He sees Norris going back. He's like, okay. And then Crawford's still standing there. Whoa.
Fair ball.
Fair ball. Force out in play. And Belt, sure, he's hurting. He's really hurting. But he doesn't realize that, well, maybe he already thought he was called out. Who knows? But the Padres get the ball, tag him. He is out. Runner at first. That's Brandon Crawford. That's just a fielder's choice, right?
Yeah, so 2 down in the inning now, and Crawford at first base as Belt gingerly coming off the field. Connor Gillespie is going to pinch hit here in the pitcher's spot. So Gillespie batting with 2 down. .240 average with a home run and an RBI. Checks into his 19th game of the year. A lot of them have been just like this, coming off the bench in a pinch hitting role. Padres shifting on him on the right side as they hold Crawford on at first. Pitch outside for ball 1. Padres will be dealing with the Giants closer. See is still warming in the pen. There's a fly ball to shallow left as backpedaling is Ramirez, and the Padres shortstop makes the catch that ends the inning. Heading to the 9th, tied up 3-3. Back at AT&T Park in San Francisco. New pitcher into the game now for the Giants. Their closer coming in here in a tie game at home, Santiago Casilla. In save situations, he's 12 out of 15, 1.93 earned run average, 23 strikeouts in 18 2/3 innings. 231 against lefties, 150. For right-handed batters, you'll start with the left-handed hitter in Brett Wallace, who leads it off here in the 9th inning for the Padres. Then I'll see Derek Norris and Alexei Ramirez. 6, 7, and 8 featured here in the inning. Wallace has singled, walked, and doubled. He has scored a run. He and Yangervis Solarte both have 2 hits today for San Diego. Padres have 7 in the game. Wallace lifts a fly ball down the left field line, making its way foul. Down by the tarp and onto it. Got the youngster right there. Politely asking for the baseball, and he got it.
It's nice what good manners will do.
And 41,000 here again today, all 3 games of this series. 41,363 to be exact. Day baseball from San Francisco in the finale of this 3-game series today. Padres trying to salvage the final game of the series and their first win against the Giants this year, having lost the first 8 games of this season series between the Padres and the Giants. It's down 1-2, leading it off here in the top half of the 9th inning. In the dirt. He's had some good lengthy at bats, walking a lot more. Here's Brett Wallace. Mentioned he has walked at least once here today already.
Well, I know everybody's looking for the long ball, right? Everybody loves the long ball late when the game is tied. Santiago Casillas got that firm fastball. He's got that off-speed pitch that drops off the table. See if he tries to challenge him here with a fastball. Down and away, probably. Ooh, breaking.
Swing and a miss. He strikes out for the first out of the 9th inning. Well, the probables coming up in the series against the Diamondbacks over the weekend. Friedrich, Vargas, and Pomeranz featured for the Padres. Ray, Greinke, and Miller. Talked about Shelby Miller's problem so far this year, just 1-6. The Giants closer already in the game. Padres closer Fernando Rodney starting to warm, along with Brad Hand, who's been up a couple of times today. Derek Norris used to have a little history. Derek Norris hitting his first career home run off Casilla, June 24th of 2012. That was in Oakland. Walk-off 3-run home run for Derek Norris at the time. Strike in there, and it is a ball and a strike to Derek Norris.
That wind is really starting to whip up now.
Pretty hard out to right center field. Hit sharply on the ground and through into left field. Derek Norris has got a 1-out base hit. Padres' 8th hit of the day.
Look like he hung a breaking ball right there. If he elevates that one, it's a different story, but good start here with 1 out. Oh yeah, it's a hanger. Hit sharply to the left side.
So 1 out, Norris at first, and Alexei Ramirez. This single to right center field in the 7th inning drove in the Padres' first run. See with a soft toss to first base. Norris back to the bag. In the dirt, backhanded by Trevor Brown. Walking lead at first base for Derek Norris. 1 out here in the top of the 9th. high for ball 2, 2-0. Let's see Amarista waiting on deck with one out here in the 9th inning. Padres have been productive late. They got a run in the 7th, 2 in the 8th. Now this one back up the middle towards the second baseman. Panic touches second, throws to first for the double play. Ends the top of the 9th. We head to the bottom of the 9th inning, tied 3-3. We get to the bottom of the 9th inning back at AT&T Park. And the new pitcher into the game here for the Padres is Brad Hand. Lefty who's been up a couple of different times in the pen, now into his 22nd game of the year. Brad Hand in the 9th. And Hunter Pence was flared to right that ended up between Amarista and Kemp. Ended up being a walk-off win for the Giants in game 1 of the series.
Yeah, he was credited with a double right there. Brad dealt a bad hand in that inning. Nothing he could do. Popped him up.
He comes here into the bottom of the 9th inning. Takes over for Mauer. There'll be Tomlinson leading it off here for the Giants. Kind of a late punch at that and fouls it off. Got a single back in the 2nd inning to drive in the game's first run. Stetson has grounded out twice. So Shields started 6 innings, 2 runs. Villanueva, 3rd of an inning, charged with a run. Buchter and Mauer scoreless. Fly ball headed out towards left field, pretty deep. Upton going back, still going at the wall, won't catch it, over his head. Will one hop the wall, and his second base with a double is Tomlinson to begin the bottom of the 9th inning. Upton was kind of gliding there towards left center field, back into his left, and it just kept carrying, and all the way to the track, and one hop the wall.
Don, we mentioned it last half inning. The wind is really starting to whip up. I'm talking about heavy starts on those flags in center field, blowing straight out. He gets up underneath this one with a little bit of backspin. You can see where Melvin Upton Jr. steps towards the gap, still going.
I mean, that ball just
it did.
Carried and carried. You could tell the reaction too by Tomlinson that he thought he was going to be out. It was kind of a fly out to left field. Next thing you know, he's back by the 382 marker, and he's at second base with a double. Out is Trevor Brown. And he'll pop it up foul back and out of play. 4 walk-off wins this year. That leads the major leagues. Brown with a single his last time up, 1-for-3 on the day. Outside for ball one. A double to begin the bottom of the ninth inning. And trying to work his way around it and get this into extra innings. Two and one. Trevor Brown has 4 home runs on the year, doing the catching today for the Giants. Remember, Bochy still has Posey on his bench. 2-1. Squibber foul. Hunter Pence also available. Some options for Bochy right now. But a double to start this bottom of the ninth inning. It is Brown now. Denard Span as part of the double switch earlier, waiting on deck in the 9th spot. Two-two pitch. Brown will foul it off to the right. Biting in on it.
I just saw in my mind right there a pitch, and he's going to fight it off. A little duck snort over the head of Brett Wallace at first base. See if he can make a good pitch here to put him away for the punchy.
Two-two pitch. Brown with a swing and a miss, gets away from Norris, and he'll have to throw him out, and he does. So the strikeout, put out goes 2-3 for the first out of the 9th inning.
Well, it's the breaking ball. A couple things here with the breaking ball. That runner on second base, you got to really block that. Derek Norris does that. Just gets away and then creates a throwing lane as it's a hot potato, not caught cleanly. Still a live ball, and the 2-3 put out.
One down. Tomlinson still at second base. Here's Denard Span. Came in as part of the double switch and doubled to drive in a run in the 7th inning. Here he is now in the 9th with the game in the balance. There's strike one from Hand. Left-handed batter is only hitting at 132 against Hand.
A lot of room down that right field line. Matt Kemp playing in a right center field position. Shading over towards that right center field gap. John Jay on the shortstop side of second base. In the outfield.
They're pretty shallow out there too right now.
Well, with the way that wind's blowing, you get something elevated there.
Time call. And there's a kind of cheated in behind Tomlinson at second base.
Looked like they were possibly going to put on a daylight play there, but nothing going on. Time to reset.
On a strike here to Denard Span with Tomlinson at second base. Tie game, bottom of the 9th. 1-1 to Span. That one almost got away. Norris to the forehand to grab that. Leadoff double to begin the inning by Tomlinson, able to strike out Brown, and now behind Span, 2-1. Span jumping back out of the way of a pitch that could have been called a strike.
Could have been, should have been. Got squeezed.
Top of the order, Gregor Blanco waiting on deck. Three-one to Span. That's a strike, full count. So again, battling back here. Trying to work his way around a leadoff double that begins things here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Has one out. And a full count now to Denard Span. Span will dribble it down the first baseline. Hand will spin and fire to first for the out. On to third goes Tomlinson. So they're able to get Span for the second out. But now the potential winning run 90 feet away.
Well, we know that Denard Span can hit lefties because last time he hit that double to center field. So Brad Hand's got that in the back of his mind. A couple of breaking balls. That one nearly back to the screen. Now he's got some battling to do. He got squeezed on that one. I guess it's a wash. That one could have been called a ball, but then the breaking ball, staying off the sweet spot. Ooh. For the big out at first base.
Gregor Blanco. 2 hits in the game, a single to right in the third, a triple in the 6th inning. Potential winning run at third base and Kelby Tomlinson. Blanco takes strike one. At the top of the zone that time, the breaking ball. And has had the benefit of dealing with left-handed batters here. Not out of the woods yet, though. Runner at third with 2 down in the 9th. Blanco grounds it foul, and Hand jumps ahead here, 0-2.
Couple of things here. If you throw the breaking ball, which is probably likely, or a fastball up and down the zone, somebody can't hurt you. Derek Norris has really got to be on his game to smother that pitch if is in fact in the dirt. Let's see if he goes fastball or up and out of the zone or breaking ball away.
Breaking ball away, and Blanco did not chase. Thought about it though. Able to hold up barely. One-two pitch. Blanco strikes out and Hand gets out of the jam. So the leadoff double, and Tomlinson is left at third base as Hand gets out of this, and the Padres and Giants are headed for bonus baseball. 3. And an interesting day for the ballpark today. Amarista could not catch that as Crawford would score. Out of the reach of Campy in right field. Giants had a 2-0 lead and a 3-1 lead. Padres come back as Ramirez drives this towards the gap in right center field to get 1 run back with Wallace scoring. And then the play here, they would score another run for the Giants. They take the 3-1 lead and then the 3-3 tie on this 2-run home run by Hervis Solarte. Will Myers going to lead it off here, coming off the bench to pinch hit and begin things here in the 10th. So he's pinch hitting for Amarista. And taking a pitch outside. And battling a sore wrist as you see Javier Lopez, the veteran lefty, coming into his 22nd game.
Yeah, high ERA, but Javi has not been charged with a run in his last 15 appearances. It's 5 in the 3rd inning, the left-handed specialist.
Amarista today had gone 0 for 3. Myers now taking over for him here in the 10th inning to lead it off. 262 average, 7 homers, and 20 runs batted in. Now the records for both these teams in extra frames. Padres 3-1, Giants 3-2, and Padres suffering their first loss in extra frames in the final game of the series at home against the Dodgers in the 17-inning game. And O'Rodney goes there for the Padres up in the pen. You got Brad Hand, who is on deck and a hit for himself.
Oh, he can hit now. Remember?
Part of the reason.
Yeah. Hey, that's a good opportunity or a plus for a ball club when you don't have to burn a player in a pinch hit role.
So Myers can get on and then he can bunt him over.
Yeah.
Hauled off another full count here. And it's ball 4. Myers does get on with a leadoff walk to begin things here in the 10th inning. So Lopez walking Myers to begin the 10th, and now Brad Hand coming up.
Get it done and get it done quickly. Get that bunt down.
George Contos, who we've seen in the series, about to start warming up. When Hoffman reeled off some signs, Brad Hand did not understand, so calls time and checks with his third base coach in person. 6th major league season for Brad Hand, 0.72 average, and they're expecting him to bunt. In at third base is Duffy. Was squaring as a check at first base has Myers back to the bag. Three runs, 8 hits, an error for the Padres. And the bunt is popped up foul back into the seats. And already squaring. And the bunt is dropped down foul, and he's down 0-2.
So what do you do here? Kind of do the butcher boy maybe? 2 strikes? Maybe put the ball in play? Because if you swing and you foul it, you get another chance. 0 for 2 on the bunt attempt. You know Javier Lopez is going to flip up a breaking ball there. I think the sharp breaking ball is the toughest one to bunt.
Looks like that's maybe what he's thinking about doing there. And batting with Myers at first base. Nobody out here in the 10th. Unable to get the bunt down on 2 occasions. And he's going to try to get it down and does. Right back to the mound. A bobble for Lopez. He's got one play and he makes it at first base. Too quick there trying to get to second. It got back to him so fast he did have a chance to get Myers at second but couldn't field it cleanly. And Myers gets into scoring position as reaching at second base is Myers, hand retired on the sacrifice.
Oh, this had possible double play written all over it. The short hop and thinking about the strike at second, but Padres catch a break there. Good hustle all the way around. Brad Hand gave that a good run down the first base line as well. Got him by a half step.
So 1 out, Myers at second base, and a swing and a miss for Jon Jay. Jay grounded out to second base in the first, single to center in the third, flied out to center in the sixth, and struck out in the eighth. Ground ball foul over by the Padres dugout, and he's down 0-2. Jay will ground it foul again. Got to be tough facing the lefty Javier Lopez from that release point as a left-handed hitter.
Coming right at it. Plus he throws across his body a little bit. I mean, when you look at the splits, lefties are batting .333 off of him. To me, that tells he's throwing to one part of the plate, middle away, and they're taking him that way. Righty's 0 for 9 going into this game. That's that breaking ball down and in.
Bluff off the backside, no throw from Lopez.
Hey, Jon Jay sporting the sunglasses.
Didn't have them on earlier.
No, he had the eye black though.
Myers at second base in 0-2, and Jay will take it inside. Will Myers, who walked to begin the inning, the sacrifice bunt got him to second base. Representing the go-ahead run here in the 10th. And Jay will line one to right field. In comes Blanco, can't get it. To third goes Myers. He had to wait to see if he was going to catch that or not. So Myers gets to third on the single to right field for Jay. Blanco had the look of a guy who may try to come on and make that catch. So Myers froze in between and then took third base.
And you know what? He didn't hit it on the sweet spot. It sounded like it was off the end of the bat. So Blanco may have been fooled by the swing, thinking that that ball was going to travel a little bit more off the end of the bat. Drops in there for a base knock. First and third action.
And it looks like a pitching change coming up as Bruce Bochy will take the baseball from Javier Lopez. Pitching change from AT&T Park, tied at 3.
the 10th, and the Padres have first and third. Why? Because Will Myers was on base, and John Jay, wearing the glasses, is at bat. He gets in front of one off the end of the bat. Blanco has to let it drop in front of him, but Myers is caught in between. Do I stay? Do I go? It hits in front of Blanco and right. He moves up 90 feet to third base. Padres got a little action going here with one out.
Now George Contos into the game now for the Giants, becomes the 5th pitcher of the day for Bruce Bochy.
Here comes the star of the game for the Padres so far with some big hits is Yangervis Solarte. 11th game for George Contos. Boy, lefties 375, righties 167. One home run given up by Contos to a lefty.
We got Solarte here batting from the left side against the right-hander Contos. Go-ahead run 90 feet away at third base with one out here in the 10th. And Solarte grounds it foul outside of first. Solarte's 2-run home run in the 8th inning. The reason we are here, tying the game up 3-3 out to left center field.
First home run of the year for Jan, and from the right side.
Solarte fouls it off, down 0-2. Javier Lopez responsible for the 2 men on. Jay at first, Myers at third, with Contos now into the game. Giants had their opportunity in the bottom of the 9th inning. They left Kelby Tomlinson at third base. Brad Hand worked his way around a lead-off double. Able to strike out 2 in the 9th was Hand. 0-2 pitch to Solarte. And a swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt. It's a big out as Solarte strikes out 2 down in the 10th.
Well, looks like Contos went to that breaking ball. Sure enough, that slider at the back foot. When the hitter has 2 strikes on him, got to protect. Has the illusion like that pitch is going to be on the inside part of the plate for a strike, and then bang, down by the back foot for the strikeout.
Brings up Matt Kemp with runners at first and third. Kemp 0 for 4 today. Ground out and 3 flyouts. And Kemp hits it on the ground to shortstop. Crawford will go to second for the force out. And the Giants get out of the jam. The Padres threaten but do not score in the 10th. Giants are coming up in a 3-3 ball game. Three into the bottom of the 10th inning. And Brad Hand back on the mound for the Padres here at AT&T Park. And who had hit for himself Able to get the sacrifice bunt down and set up a possible run for the Padres. Didn't work out that way. Adam Rosales comes into the game at second base after Will Myers pinch hit last inning, was left at third base.
Once again, very frustrating because this series, many opportunities gone by the wayside for the Padres.
Joe Panik leads it off, 0 for 4 on the day. And Panik will take strike one. Grounded out twice, including once into a double play. He's lined out and flied out. Duffy and Belt, 2, 3, and 4. Don't forget, they get Posey and Hunter Pence on that bench should Bochy need him. Like I said, Belt came out of the game. It is actually Gillespie took over at first base for Belt. And there is Suarez warming in the pen now for the Giants. Not seen him yet in the series. Strike on the outside corner, and it's 2-2 now to Panik. Reaches out and pops it up foul back and out of play.
A lot of bonus baseball lately.
11 innings on Saturday, 17 on Sunday. We'll see today. Hunter Pence has a bat in hand, standing in the top step of the dugout. 2-2. In the air, down the left field line towards the bullpen and over. They can't make the catch. There's Yangervis Solarte having to deal with people, the bullpen, chairs, stuff. They can't catch it.
All of a sudden, it's a yard sale over there. You got a chair, you've got a security guard, you've got.
He didn't know where he was either. Talking about obstacles.
Yeah, trouble with the pop-ups in this series as well.
And the wind didn't help either. Going out towards left center field right now. 2-2. And Panik will hit one out towards right center field. Falling fast. Here comes Kemp and Jay. And it'll be Jay in front of Kemp. Makes the catch out there in right center. Hung up long enough for Jay to run in and under. And Panik the first out here at the bottom of the 10th inning. Well, Hand, who is used to getting out of some pretty tough jams. This was in Chicago, part of the day-night doubleheader for the Padres. Pitching well to get out of that jam. After the dropped pop-up, you may remember, by Alexei Ramirez. Setting the table, but he was able to get out of that jam in impressive fashion. He's done it a few times this year. Boy, he has logged some innings and some big outs. There's a ground ball back up the middle into center field for Matt Duffy. Giants have a one-out base runner here in the 10th inning. And it does look like Hunter Pence is coming up to pinch hit here. Introduction of Pence. On the bench until now. This was just double. Helped the Giants walk off in game 1 of this series. Now he bats with a potential winning run at first base. One out in the 10th. Popped up in the air to shallow left. In comes Upton. Out goes Ramirez. Upton for out number 2. So 2 away, and Duffy remains at first base. That'll bring up Brandon Crawford. Crawford had a single back in the second inning. 1 for 3 day with a walk. He's not had a hit against Brad Hand. Couple of strikeouts. It's a lefty-lefty matchup. Check on Duffy, back to the bag at first.
Would you agree with me, Don, when I was talking on the pregame show about the clutch hitting and the runners in scoring position? Obviously, there's a runner on first here, but for the Giants, the playoffs, the World Series, being in those types of situations, you know, they get regular season situations. It's not pressure to them, right? Because they've been there before. They've answered the bell.
I would agree. Popped up foul. Solarte will watch that go into the seats. Yeah, the postseason, a whole different animal, and they've had so much experience in that area. Most of these guys on this team have been there multiple times now.
Yep.
Good pitch in there for a strike, and it's strike 2. Nothing in the middle, just working the corners for the most part his hand. Duffy at first, 2 down here in the 10th inning. Throw to first, and Duffy back to the bag. Outfield straight away and pretty deep. This will get away, and heading to second base is Duffy into scoring position now. Wild pitch charged to Hand.
Well, Derek Norris has had his share of breaking balls in the dirt, and he's done a fine job going to his right or left to try to prevent them from going back to the screen. But once in a while, there's going to be one that checks right back up. It's a breaking ball. Wow, that's way over in the right-handed batter's box.
Center field, struck well. Jay going back, and this ball game is over. Off the wall out there, and scoring from second base is Matt Duffy. The walk-off double for Brandon Crawford has given the Giants the sweep, and the first 9 games of the season series between the Giants and Padres have all belonged to the Giants.
Tried to go down and away with the breaking ball, and Brandon Crawford, in the past, we've seen him hit big-time hits, clutch hits, home runs. Not far from a home run there, and the streak continues for San Francisco.
The Giants win it 4-3, walk-offs in 2 of 3 games here in San Francisco as we send it to Mike Pomerantz.